Hi everyone, it's Carlin here. I'm in front of my kiln today, so that means we are opening the kiln. But before we get started, I think this week's video is going to be a little bit like a vloggy type video. I have 6 days until a market, until the second market that I'm doing this year. I'm only doing 2 markets. And I have to run my kiln 3 more times in order to take almost everything that I wanted to take for this market. And if you do the math, 6 days, I pretty much have exactly that time to run 3 kilns. And so I thought, instead of just doing a kiln opening for every single time, because some of it's going to be kind of redundant, some of it is going to be stuff that I don't really want to show you because I'm going to make a video on it. Which I also, this week, I have to film 2 videos because I need to be ahead of the game because I'm going to this market. So I'm losing time on different things, on how I usually schedule like my videos and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, anyway, I have a lot to do this week and I also have a full-time job. So you may get, it might kind of be hodgepodgey, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I'm going to take you along to the market, set up at the market. I'm not going to share the customer experience at the market because that's just a whole privacy thing, and that's just for me. I choose to put myself on the internet. They didn't. So I'm going to do the setup and all that kind of good stuff. And then we'll do a recap when I get home or the next day or whenever I can do it, and kind of let you guys know how it went. And I think it might be kind of fun. It's a different video because I've been doing a lot of the same things. So yeah, I think that might be kind of fun to just do something different. But yeah, so let's get started. I think that's what we're going to do for this video. If I change my mind, well, I don't know, put a little blurb or something that I changed my mind, but I think that's what I'm going to do. I think it might be fun, kind of like a vlog, how to get ready for a market or market prep. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think it might be kind of fun to do something like that. So that's what we're going to do this week. Let's get started. Let's open this kiln because it is quite a colorful kiln in here, I do believe. And yeah, let's get started. We are more than cool. We are at like 70 degrees. So let's get started and open the kiln. Ooh. Okay, so I made a whole bunch of salt cellars for this market because, like I've mentioned before, any market that I've been to, and I've only been to a few, but anytime I post these, they tend to go instantly, and they're really fun and they're super cute. So I made a whole bunch. I like that. So these are all Plainsman 340S. So this one is Mako's Sand and Sea, and then Spectrum's Fuzzy Peach. Oh, those are really cute. Oh, I like this. So when I originally bought these glazes, I bought them as a sample pack. And when I used this one the first time, I was like, ugh. But it's totally growing on me. So this is Spectrum's Spanish Moss, and I did it on the whole piece. And it is just, it's super cute. Like, I just think that's super cute. Super cute. Oh, I love it. This is like my absolute favorite combo. This is the One Coat Pearl White, then Tamponade, Ginger, and Tiger's Eye, all Spectrum. And look at that. It's just gorgeous. It just is so pretty. I love it. I love how it pools. I just love everything about it. That's pretty too. This one is Autumn Purple and Fuzzy Peach. And I think I wish I would have put maybe one more coat of Fuzzy Peach. I think it looks nice, but I think I definitely could have went a little bit thicker. Like on the thicker parts, like where it kind of sits more like in this little handle thing. It pooled nice and did lots of nice things. So I think if I would have done one more coat of Fuzzy Peach, it would have, yeah, because even on the inside's a little bit thicker with Fuzzy Peach, and it just kind of did a little bit more. I think it's still pretty. I think it's still very pretty, but I do wish I would have put one more coat of Fuzzy Peach. Oh, this one's pretty. Okay, so this one is 1 coat of pearl white, and then I did bougainvillea and then fuzzy peach. And it turned out super cute too. Nice and light colored and fun. And I know that it's Christmas or winter or fall or wherever you are, but I really do just like color. I just want all the color all the time. Now this is for a Christmas ornament. It's like kind of like a little mushroom top, and I did fuzzy peach on there. It didn't, I could have went a little thicker, but it'll work. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so these are just some tumblers. And again, this is Mako's Sand and Sea, and then fuzzy peach on top. And it's really cute. It's just nice and subtle and soft, but yet you can see all the color. I wish I would have maybe done it a little bit thicker on the outside, but I think it's still pretty. Okay, and again, just like the Salt Cellar, this one is my favorite. Oh, there's a little thing in there, but we can just make that nice. I might have done these just a touch too thick. Interesting. So anyway, these are 1 coat pearl white, tamponade ginger, and then tiger's eye. And again, I mimic that on the inside. I don't know if you can see that real well, but yeah, super pretty. Well, these didn't turn out quite like I thought, but they're still pretty. So these, again, tumblers. So they are, I did 1 coat pearl white, and then I did a coat of nori green, and then cactus on the top, just on the top here. And I think I should have maybe went with cactus all the way to the bottom or done a 2nd coat of nori green. They're still pretty, but I definitely could have been heavier. I could have been heavier on the glaze, which again surprises me because I was quite heavy with it. So, which is interesting. And then again, these are just a couple more little ornament tops. This is Spanish moss, and this is sunrise. And that's an empty kiln. So yeah, I think we're just going to continue on, and I'm going to continue this video with the next task, which is reloading the kiln for what we'll take out in the next kiln opening. So let's get started. I'm going to load up the kiln, and then we'll be done our tasks for Sunday. Hello everyone, it is Monday, and today isn't going to be much of a pottery day, I won't lie. My studio is an absolute disaster, but we're not dealing with that. That won't be dealt with until after this market, so in a week. I had to work this morning, so my pottery part of the day isn't going to be a very big one. It'll probably be late into the evening or after bedtime for the little. What I need to get done today, I'm going to unload the kiln, and what is in that kiln is going to be really pretty. It's a colorful kiln again. So I'm really excited to open it. There is an experiment mug in there that I've never done before. It has carving on it, and I'm really excited because if it turns out good, I'm going to do the rest of them. I did 2 as a test, but I only had room for 1 in the kiln this time. So I'm hoping that it turns out good because it's a really pretty idea, and I'm just hoping that it works out good. Anyway, So I have to do a little bit of glazing. I have to get this kiln in for sure because all of this stuff is stuff that has to come to this market with me. If I'm able to run another market or another kiln this week, it'll just be with the extras that are like a bonus that I get to take. But yeah, so I have to finish glazing. Then, yeah, that's what we have to do today. Unload this kiln, glaze this stuff, repack the kiln so that I can start it tomorrow morning and it can be done for tomorrow evening where I can open it on Wednesday. And then if I get to run another one, we'll run it on Wednesday again after I unpack it. And then, yeah, so there's a few things that we need to do. But that's on the docket for today. Nothing too exciting, but that's all we could fit in today. So let's get started. Let's get glazing. Yeah, you can just watch me glaze a little bit. I probably won't make you sit through the whole thing because it's probably going to be 3-4 hours of glazing. But yeah, we'll do a little tidbit here and there. I'll show you a few things. I'll paint a few mugs and stuff that I'm going to take. And yeah, let's get glazing. Okay, so as you can see, it is chaos. It is just chaos everywhere. I'm going to do, so these will be in the kiln unload that you'll see next. These are my snowflake mugs. I don't know if you can see, but I have carved snowflakes in there. And it's really simple. All I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to put soft white on first, and soft white is just going to go on the base in kind of a wonky pattern, and that's it. 2 coats of soft white, and then I'll do it's Honey Flux and Blue Rutile on the top. So yeah, it's simple. The biggest thing I guess with this one is just making sure that you get into all the cracks of the carving. And I like doing it on this shape because it like it does run a bit, but it won't go past the little base that I have here, the little foot. And I'll do a little cleanup after too. So yeah, so then you just want to do 2 coats of soft white because this is a spectrum glaze, and I've mentioned this before, but spectrum really does very well on just 2 coats. I find I don't get any pinholes or blisters or anything like that. And anytime that I do go over 2 coats, I'm just really cautious on where it is in my kiln, because if it gets too hot, then it bubbles too much and then you get blisters. But they do have some of the most beautiful glazes. And maybe one day I will venture into creating my own glazes, but for now, I don't want to do that. There we go. So I'm going to do a second one, where I only have 2 left. 2 left to glaze like this. So these ones, now they're going to get a coat of Honey Flux on the inside and a coat of Honey Flux on the outside with just a small overlap. Because yeah, that's what you need. So I'm going to do the inside first. And I think, like I've mentioned this before, but I used to hate glazing. It used to give me like total anxiety because I was like, well, I don't want to wreck anything. I don't want things to look bad. Like, how the heck am I going to do this, right? Like, yeah. But I love glazing now. It is, yeah, I love it. I love glazing. I'm just going to go right straight into the second coat because I'm going to do 2 coats of Honey Flux on these 2. I think on the first cups that I did, like the one that's going to come out of the kiln, that's a test. I'm pretty sure that there is only pretty sure there's only 1 coat of Honey Flux, but this one's getting 2. Because we're gonna go and see how that works when we unload it. And yeah, like just about like a 1/4 of an inch overlap. Not too much because soft white will pull this down. And same with Honey Flux. Honey Flux will pull down as well. So you definitely need to do that. And if you can hear my TV, I'm watching The Witcher. If you know, you know. Yeah, it's not the most like seasonally appropriate show, but those Christmas shows haven't come out yet. Or none that I want to see. So hopefully you can't hear what's going on because, again, if you know, you know. So yeah, we're going to do 2 coats of Honey Flux. They're not thick coats by any means, but still 2 coats. And with this combo, I'm just assuming what I'm going to get would be probably a combo that I would want to put on, say, like the top shelf. I don't think I'd want to put this in my kiln where it's extra hot, mostly because soft white is, it moves, totally moves. And Honey Flux doesn't move like a lot, but it definitely moves. So I would be mindful of that when glazing this, doing this combo if you're going to try it. But yeah. Okay, so now we'll let that dry. Because I don't know about you, but I do find that Honey Flux sometimes takes a while to dry. And maybe it's just me, but that's how I feel. Okay, so I actually ended up forgetting to film this, but I just put 1 coat of pearl white on these. Now I made these barbelled cups quite some time ago, and they kind of look like they're going to be muddy. So I haven't glazed them because of that reason, but, oh shoot. But I recently decided that I don't really want to waste them. So what I'm going to do is just glaze them, because there is some that is in the kiln that have to come out. And I thought, why not waste them? Because some people might think they're beautiful, even though I don't. So anyway, I'm going to glaze them. So what I did is 1 coat of pearl white, and I'm going to put Twilight over top. And then I am going to add Shallot. No, I'm going to add Sunrise. But yeah, just on the rim. But I want to do 1 really thick coat of Twilight. I really want the Twilight to come through. So you do have to be a little bit thicker because I did put just a thin coat of pearl white. So you can be pretty generous with the color, because all I wanted the pearl white for was some movement. So you can almost, I guess you could put 2 coats. I'm not going to. I'm going to just make it really thick. And then on the outside, I'm just doing all over. And like I said, my glazing is super chaotic. I didn't plan to do this, but then as soon as I did my little ornament, I thought, why not? Actually, that's not true. I am going to put kind of like a second coat on the outside of this, just because I really want to make sure that it's good and coated. There we go. So yeah, like that. Now I'm going to do the blue Buuuuut on these cups because it has dried enough. So now you're going to do, if you try this combo, you're going to want to do two thick coats of blue Buuuuut. So that is 1 coat. Okay, so okay, so these are still a little bit wet, but so in true me fashion, my camera died, or my phone died, that's what I use. And I didn't realize until I was pretty much done what I needed to do until I had to go and take the little to her activities. So I'll just show you what I quickly got done, and then we will move on and we will do the kiln opening because I still have some glazing that I need to do tonight. So I probably will be glazing, not a whole bunch, but a little bit into the evening. I'm probably not going to film that, but I will show you what I'm going to do and just tell you what I'm going to do. And then anyway, so let me show you what I did do. So I got these ones done. So this was one coat of pearl white, one really thick coat of twilight, and then obviously pretty thick of shallot on the rim. I finished the snowflake mugs with the 2 coats of soft white, 2 coats honey flux, and 2 coats blue rutile. But yeah, I still have a salt cellar, those 2 little mini mugs, and 1 little matchstick holder. So yeah, not a whole bunch left to glaze, but enough that it'll probably be a little while. So yeah, while my little is playing and occupied, I'm going to quickly open this kiln and show you what is inside so that I can start loading it up again. So let's get it open. Oh yeah, it's like 70 degrees, so we're more than good. Okay, so the snowflake mugs that you just saw me glazing, the very first one that I made is in here. Like I said, I glazed 2 as a test, and the first one was in here, and I thought, well, might as well just glaze the rest in the same way. Whether they come out good or not, they're going to come out the way that they're going to come out. But this looks really awesome. So here's my cone. I'd say that is a perfect cone 6. I did adjust my firing schedule just a touch, and it made my cone 6 to a perfect cone 6. Let's just say that. Let's just start with this one because it's beauty. That's so pretty. Okay, so look at that. Is that not so pretty? So I carved in the snowflakes. I think you probably saw that. And then yeah, this was the blue rutile. I think I like it when it looks like this a bit more. So I think maybe that was a little bit more of an overlap, but I think that is super beautiful. So, so pretty. So pretty. And then the inside is just the blue rutile and honey flux. Yeah, that's super pretty. I'm super happy with that. So I'm really happy that I did 3 more. That is super pretty. Where am I gonna put this now? Over here. Okay, perfect. Oh, I like these. This is one of my favorite combos. It is pearl white. I don't know if that's gonna fit. Pearl white with amaryllis. So this is just, they're just thumb cups, thumb wine cups. Sisters, not twins. But it'll focus. It's a really pretty combo. It takes the amaryllis and it makes it like, I don't know, it just does some really nice things to it. And it's really pretty. So I'm really happy that I did another set of these because I have a coffee mug like this, but I don't have any other cups like this. So I'm really happy that I did these. And then I did, this will probably be in almost every one of my kiln loads from now on, is my absolute favorite combo, which is 1 coat of pearl white, tamponade, ginger, and then tiger's eye. And I mimic it on the inside as well. So I did 2. These aren't thumb cups, but they're just like, whoops, they're just wine cups. And yeah, super pretty. I love that combo. And then this is another really nice combo. It is autumn purple and fuzzy peach. And it doesn't necessarily run, but it always does some really nice pooling. Like pooling at the bottom. And yeah, the insides are just, they're all just so pretty. But yeah, super cute. A very nice little combo. And then I'm really happy with how these turned out, but they're my little mini mugs. Like, how cute is that? And like, look at all the little drips. Like, look at that drip right there. Aren't these, I just think these are the cutest. I can't wait to like hang it on the tree. Like, don't you think that'd be so cute on the tree? Yeah, I'm really excited about these little mini mugs. I have a couple in here. Not too many, but. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I did this one. I have two of these, obviously, and this one ran way more than the first one. But this is winter wood with light flux on the rim. And did it ever run? Like, look at that. It all ran right to the end. And then birch on the inside. And it's really pretty. I love the way winter wood feels. I love it. But yeah, it ran like crazy. Like, look at that. Compared to the first one barely ran at all. It just, yeah, which is fine. They just look a little different. They're the same, they're just different. Oh, I love these. Two more little mini mugs. This one is Fuzzy Peach and this one is Snow. Oh, I love those, they're so cute. Oh, I like this. Again, Spanish moss is just totally growing on me because it's, yeah. So I did this one as a whole cup and then this one is cactus. So this one is Spanish moss is the whole piece and then this one is cactus. I don't know if I like the full painted mugs or if I like the ones with the naked butts. Obviously I like the naked butts, but like, yeah, I don't know. I didn't do many that are full. If I did, I might have only done the one. Oh, those turned out great. Way, way better than I thought they were going to turn out. Oh, and they don't even look muddy. Oh, okay, perfect. So, while I was glazing, I mentioned that I made these a long time ago and I thought that they looked pretty muddy when I was doing it. But these don't look muddy at all. They look beautiful. And this glaze, I have mentioned this glaze. I've done a glaze along for this glaze and I just freaking love it. It is lustrous jade, blue rutile, and honey flux. And it will give you, like, look at that. If that isn't the most perfect drip you've ever seen. Oh. Yeah, these are great. These are absolutely beautiful. And this glaze turns out flawless every single time. Yeah, beautiful. I'm really, really happy with those. Because yeah, they turned out way better than I expected. Oh. Yeah, way better. What? Oh, I'll have to just do a little sand on the clay here. There's just some flakes, but oh. So then this is another tried and true glaze that I use all the time. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow. This again is so reliable and it will give you the most beautiful drips. So this is soft white with blue rutile and blue midnight kind of all over. But these are gorgeous. These are absolutely beautiful. And then the insides of these ones look like that. Love it. Awesome. Super happy with how those came out. And that's an empty kiln. So I'm going to load this back up tonight so that I can run it tomorrow. And yeah, that was a great kiln opening. That was such a beautiful kiln opening. Oh my goodness. I wish every single one could just be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. I have had pretty good luck. I won't lie. Now, okay. Now I need to knock on wood because I just jinxed myself. Anyway, I'm going to get these put away. I'm going to get the kiln loaded back up. I will bring you back when I load it up and then we'll be back tomorrow with the rest of our tasks. hopefully it's a little bit more exciting. This might be a pretty boring vlog, but we'll see. I might just chitter chatter through the whole thing, but we'll see. Anyway, I'll bring you back when I go to load up this kiln, and then I will see you tomorrow. It is Tuesday. It is way late Tuesday in the afternoon because I just could not get myself motivated today. But I am now motivated. So today's tasks are, can you see those behind me? They're blurry. I know. It's important. Yeah. We are filming the Christmas tree video. I finally have glazed them. They are wonderful. I'm going to show you what they look like because I've gotten a million comments on them. So I am filming the Christmas tree reveal of every Christmas tree that I made this year. Then I need to start taking pictures of my pieces. I don't necessarily know that I'm going to film that because I don't really know how I'm going to film that because my phone is my camera and my camera is my phone. So I can, yeah, I'll try to figure it out, but if I can do it, I will. If I can't, I'll just post a couple of the pictures maybe that I took. We'll see. I'm still getting used to taking all the pictures and doing all that kind of stuff because it's, yeah, like I mentioned in previous videos, Instagram and things like that they're not something that I focus on. I'll be perfectly honest. So I need to do some like content things. So for TikTok, even for YouTube Shorts, I have to do some stuff. Like, so that's kind of on the docket today. So I don't know how much you're going to get to see of what I'm doing today. I also want, well, I'll be honest, I didn't stay up late and I didn't glaze. I didn't get my glazing done. So that's on the list today too. Oh, very chaotic, very hectic, which is my life. I've just accepted it. The kiln is going. So tomorrow we will do another unload of the rest of the things that I'm going to take to the market. So the rest of the little mini mugs. And when you see the mini mugs, let me know if that's something that you guys want to see. Do you want to see me make more? Because I probably will. I probably will make more. So if you want to see how I make them, then yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys want to see. And yeah, otherwise I need to start getting some other stuff ready. I think tomorrow I probably will have to run the kiln one more time because I am planning on doing some like overglaze decals. So I may show you what the overglaze decals I'm doing. I might show you that too. But yes, the kiln has to run again tomorrow. And I think that will be the overglaze decal day because, no, Thursday will be the overglaze decal day because I need to finish glazing what needs to go in the kiln tomorrow because tomorrow will be like the sand pack and like admin day. So like getting all of my packing supplies together. If I have to go into town to see what I need to buy for packing supplies, because I'll show you how I pack my pieces. It's a pretty simple process, but I'll show you guys. So yeah, Tuesday today might not be much of a filming day for you. I might not have much to show you, but yeah, anyway, I got to get started taking some pictures and filming the Christmas tree video. So I'm going to do that today and wait for my kiln to finish, and hopefully it will be done by this evening so that tomorrow morning we can start early, open the kiln, and get the day going. So like I said, today might not be much of a day, but I will show you some of the pictures that I take. That's probably what you're going to get today. Nothing too crazy. And then the rest of the week will probably be a little bit more hectic with a lot more things going on. And hopefully I get an earlier start. Today's like my catch-up day. So it's not that interesting for you guys to see, but that's what we're doing today. Tuesday is done. I know that I did not film very much today, but it was kind of stuff that I couldn't really film because like I mentioned before, my camera is my phone, and my phone is my camera. So I have to kind of use it all together. But I did get lots of pictures taken. I got some more glazing done. I did a couple abstract mugs. I'm going to make those into shorts, I think. And I did some more spoon rests and another salt cellar. I filmed the tree video, which is all back there. So if you already haven't seen that, then it will probably be next week's video. We'll see which comes out first. Otherwise, that's pretty much what we did today. The kiln is now done, so I'm just waiting for it to cool. Tomorrow morning, I will be able to open it, and I will show you what's in there. There isn't a whole bunch of fun things in there, but there's a few fun things. The little mini mugs are in there, so it'll be a cute little opening. And then we'll load it back up because it does have to run tomorrow again. And while it's running tomorrow, I'm going to be sanding, and I'm going to try my little like budget sanding idea that I have. So we'll see if that works. I have to do overglaze decals as well. So that is on the list for tomorrow. Whether it gets done tomorrow or Thursday, we shall see. But otherwise, Tuesday is now over. Now I have to make the hardest decision of the day as an adult, which is what am I going to make for supper? If you know, you know. I hate deciding what to make for supper. Anyway, I will see everybody tomorrow morning when I open my kiln. So see you tomorrow morning. Good morning. I won't lie, I was a little tired this morning. So we're just going to voice it over. The first mug you saw was Honey Flux and Blue Rutile. That one is Sandstone. This one, I believe, is Louisiana Bayou with Fuzzy Peach on top. And then I believe we have Twilight. Twilight is a great, great little color. This, I believe, is Sunrise with Fuzzy Peach. I love these little mini mugs. I can't wait to make a video on them because they're super fun. This is Sand and Sea and then Fuzzy Peach on top. And then, of course, we had to do Pearl White with Amaryllis. Then I have Bougainvillea with Fuzzy Peach. I don't know if you can tell, but I love Fuzzy Peach. I love Fuzzy Peach. It's great. It's a great combo. It's a great color, I guess I should say. And then, of course, the Old Faithful. Pearl White, Tamponade, Ginger, and Tiger's Eye. Beautiful combo. And then I had a Pearl White and Nori Green. And then the star of the show, the Snowflake mugs. You just saw me glaze these, obviously. So 2 coats of soft white on the bottom. 1, maybe 2 coats of Honey Flux, and then 1 really thick, or 2 thick coats of Blue Rutile. I love this mug. I'm so proud of it. I think it's so beautiful. Even though on the snowflakes, some of it looks a little patchy, I think that just adds to it. I love these mugs. I think they're beautiful. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. And I'm so excited with how they came out. This was, I believe, Twilight with, I think, shallot on top. So a coat of Pearl White and then 2 really thick coats of Twilight and then shallot on top of the rim. And then that was basically, and then there was a couple other pieces in there that they were just plain. So they just had white Amico snow and clear glaze on top. They were for something with overglaze decals. But they weren't anything excited, so I just kind of cut it out. But now I'm just going to reload it. And I think this is the last glaze kiln. Pretty sure this is the last glaze kiln that I have. And I have some fun abstract mugs in there, so stick around for that kiln opening. Because I think these are going to be really great. But yeah, I think this was my last glaze kiln for this whole week. So I made Cal work hard for it this week. Yeah, he worked hard. Cal is the name of my kiln. It's Cal the Scut Kiln, or Cal my cooker. Yeah, anyway. I added some cones in there just so that I could double check and make sure that everything
was kosher, because I did change my thermocouple a little while ago, but everything has been coming out great, but I do like to use cones.
Good morning. It is Wednesday. Today, hopefully I'll get a lot done. I do have to run some errands in our little town that we live in. So I'm doing that first thing this morning, and then this whole afternoon while my little is at school, I will be doing a few more things. So the kiln is on and running. You can probably hear the fan in the back. Yesterday I took pictures of everything. Tuesday was kind of a boring day for me, to be perfectly honest, for filming. I didn't do a whole bunch of that. But I have overglaze decals to put on today. That is number one job, because those have to go into the kiln tomorrow after I unload what's in this kiln. And I may, because I got up so early this morning, I was up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and I started it so that the majority of the heat work would be done today. I may be able to open it this evening. So we'll see. I may be able to open it this evening. If not, it'll be first thing tomorrow morning. But there isn't a whole bunch in there, but there is some abstract mugs in there that I am super excited about. I have a feeling that I may have underglazed them just a touch, but we'll see, whatever. But the next job that I have to do is sanding the bases and packing everything. So sanding the bases, taking inventory, and then packing everything away. I also want to get my little mini Christmas tree out and decorate it, because I want to take it pre-decorated, because like I mentioned before, the market is an hour and a half away. And we have 2 hours to set up. And anytime that I've been to a market, it's taken me at least 2 hours, because I am I'm the most indecisive person that there is. Like, I have a plan of what I want to do and how I want it to look. But I'm very indecisive. So I do want to decorate my Christmas tree and just have it so that I can just pick it up and take it into the venue. And it's done. That part's done. Anyway, that's what's on the docket today. I'm going to go run and do my errands, and then I will come back and we will get started on our stuff for today. Oh, yeah, we'll get started on stuff for today. So I'm done my regular work for the day. So now it's pottery time. So now all I'm going to do is we're just going to clean up this table, organize it a bit better so that I can take inventory of all these things and the things that are on the table. And, but yeah, so let's just get this all cleaned up.
I have a love-hate relationship with cleaning. I hate cleaning, but I love the result. And I think I love organizing things secretly, because this was very satisfying for me to do at the end of it, to look at it and being like, wow, I really did make quite a bit of stuff for this market in a very short time. As in, I had 1 month to make all of these pieces. Yes, I made all of these pieces in 1 month, except for the Christmas trees. Those were made previously. But everything else, salt cellars, mugs, tumblers, thumb cups, spoon rests, all of that, 1 month. So I give myself props. I did make myself sick, but I did it.
Okay, so now I'm just going to quickly take inventory. I still have some Christmas ornaments on a different shelf, but they're already dealt with, so I'll just add them into the inventory. And then I have existing inventory from the previous show, but there isn't very much of that, to be honest. But yeah, this is basically what's coming with me to the market for reference. I have a few seconds items that are going to come, and a couple like seasonal things that are going to come that I'll do at a discounted rate. But yeah, this is basically it. And then whatever is in this kiln. I know that there's five mugs, a salt cellar, 2 dishes, and then some ornaments. So it's not a huge amount that's in that kiln, but it will finish up everything that we've got here. So now we're going to start sanding. I'm going to quickly take inventory. I'm not going to show you that because I'm just writing it down. I'm going to take inventory, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to sand them, or I'm going to attempt to sand them, because before I was just doing it all by hand. Now I'm going to use my wheel, and I'm going to I hope that it works. I'll be honest. So I will bring you right back as soon as I'm done taking inventory, and I'll show you exactly what we're going to do for sanding and packing. What I'm going to try, I'm always on a budget. So I kind of want to do this as budget friendly as I possibly can. So I found this bat. I found it on Amazon. It's a speedball bat, and it was on a really good sale. So I bought it. But now what I want to do, if I can get this on to my wheel, is I want to take these sanding sheets and stick them to my bat. But because I don't want my bat to like just go to waste, I bought double-sided poster tape. So I'm hoping that it'd be flat enough so that when we sand, it's an even sand. But yeah, let's give it a try. I will be wearing a mask and I will be using some water. So keep that in mind. Just make sure that you're always safe when you're sanding, because your health is important. So just keep that in mind when you're sanding. So, and I have no idea if this is going to work, but I do know that just sanding bats are so expensive that this is the sandpaper that I use regularly anyway. So if I can do it where it's less work for me, I'm going to do it. Okay. Now, yeah, those are a little bit small, I won't lie. But let's see if I can, I'll just lower you down a bit and then you can see. Okay, so yeah, sanding sheet. And then these are the strips that I bought. They're just command strips and they are poster strips. Now, I went with command strips. They're a little bit more expensive, but I went with them because I use command strips on the wall all the time. So I know that they do remove well and they work really well. And these are super thin, so these might work perfect. I think we'll do 3. So these go on the piece. Now you can order adhesive sanding papers, but I didn't have myself together in time, so I did not do that. I'm just going to take the wall portion, oops, off. And my hope is that when I go to remove these, they come off the bat nicely. Oh, I think that will be perfect. Hindsight, I probably should have put on each corner, but I think it should work. So I'm just gonna go grab a few pieces and I will be right back. So I have my mask on just for safety. I am using water here too. But yeah, so anyway, I'm just gonna put a little bit of water on the sandpaper. Then I'm just gonna take my piece and I just sand the bottom just to make sure that it's always nice and soft. And that's perfect. And that's so nice and soft now. Yeah, super soft. Well, that's perfect. So we'll just go ahead with the next one. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Awesome. Now, the only thing is, I'm thinking that they don't like the wet. So Yeah, that's great. That works great. Other than it totally doesn't like the water, so just wear a mask and skip the water. But yeah, that works perfect. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so this one's kind of a dud. I'm going to take this one off quick. Oh my gosh, look at that. This works perfect. Works perfect. Okay, let's try it again. But we're going to just change it up a little bit. We're going to use 4 on this one. And I'm not going to use water this time. And we'll see how that works. But obviously if you're sanding without water, you need the mask. Safety, safety, safety. Always be safe. Okay, these ones are done. I'm gonna go grab some new ones. Let's try this without the water. It doesn't sound nice, but it works great. Works perfect. Awesome. Yeah, so with this fine dust, that's the danger. You don't want that. That's why you need to wear a mask. Now, sometimes I have little pieces inside here that I'll just take Perfect. Before I go and pack them, I will come with a clean sponge and quickly wipe these. Not just leave them as wiped on my pants. All right. So the next task that we have for today, since everything is sanded, it took me about an hour to sand everything, but it would have taken me much longer if I would have done it by hand. Let me tell you that. So the next task that I would like to do is to put the Overglaze transfers on the mugs that I am taking with Overglaze transfers, because they need to go in the kiln tomorrow in order to be ready for Friday. So I do have a couple pre-orders that need transfers as well, but I'm just going to show you what I have. So I ordered a couple different ones. These ones, these are all animal ones. I got, and these all came from Sanbao. So we have a chicken. Oh, I guess I got 2 chickens. Some fish. Some wildlife. And then I got some farm animals, and I'm really excited. I think these are going to be really cute. But then from Elon, or I'm not sure, I think it's Elan, I got these transfers. Now, I can confidently say that their transfers are beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Their prices are way higher for a Canadian, obviously. The shipping was really high, and then I paid duties. Now, duties has nothing to do with the company. I was fully prepared to pay duties. But by the time I paid duties and exchange and the shipping, These were very expensive. Very, very expensive. So whatever, it is what it is. But I got some ornaments. I got, these are gonna go on some wine cups, some little houses, I think, as long as they fit. I got some little dogs, super cute. And like I said, they're really cute. So if they turn out really nice, maybe I will change my mind and get some again, and then some nutcrackers. But I'm thinking I'm gonna have to have a pretty specific reason for getting these again because they were quite expensive. So, and some trucks. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut these out and then we'll put on the decals. I don't know, maybe I'll move my camera up over here and show you guys how I'm doing it. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Okay, so I'm gonna show you these with the relatively easy ones. So these ones are just the big strips. We're gonna pretty much just put it in the water and let them sit there. Need to make sure that they are saturated, whether they roll up on each other or what, but they need to be fully saturated in the water in order to do what they need to do. Then you just wait. Okay. And just shake off the water. I know you can't really see it, but then I like to just kind of place it and then I pull the sticker off. And you do have a little bit of time. You have a little bit of time to kind of move it. Not a whole bunch, but you do have a little bit. So then I like to take my fingers and smooth them as best I can, especially where all this stuff is at the bottom. You want to make sure that that looks nice, more so than, say, these things at the top. I'm not too worried if these aren't perfect. Now you can also take now, because these are tapered, they're going to kind of be a pain in the butt. But just like that. But if you can get the crease to go like elsewhere where there's no picture, you'll be happier. Never used Elan transfers before. They are a lot more finicky than Sanbao ones, that is for sure. Perfect. I think those are going to be really cute. I do some of these Christmas ornaments. These are like little vintage ornaments, and basically all I want to do is I just want to put them on like that. Yeah, like let them hang down like that. And then they'll be just super cute. These little and it has like little vintage looking things in there. I'm just going to put those kind of randomly. there we go. I think those are really cute. Now, well, I hope that they will be super cute. Yeah. I hope it'll be really cute when they're finished. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to put on these two yet, but I do want to do these two as well. But I just don't know what I'm going to put on them. Maybe I'll do more ornaments on those ones too. I could do nutcrackers, but I would really like, I think it would be fun to do some dogs. Just, maybe I'll do one with a dog and one. Yeah, we'll just do dogs. We'll do dogs on this one because it's fun and yeah. Anyway, I'm going to finish this. I'm going to finish this and get this done, and then that will be the end of Wednesday. Because I have a feeling that my kiln isn't going to be quite cool enough to do a unload today. So if it is, I will open it this evening and I'll open it with you because I do want to chat about this unload. The last one I didn't chat. This one I'm going to chat about it because there's some really fun things in there. And okay, so I lied. I'm back. I was able to unload this kiln tonight. So I'm going to do that tonight so that I can sand them and have everything like that all done. So yeah, let's get to opening this kiln because I'm really excited to see what's in here. So the abstract mugs, if you watched my last kiln opening, not in this video, but like the last one that I posted had these abstract mugs in them and I freaking love them. They are my favorite. I just want to keep making more of these. So I made these on the other shape of mug that I make. So yeah. So here's my cone. This is a cone 6. So that's a perfect cone 6 if you ask me. A salt cellar in sandstone. Let's see if it'll. Sandstone, I think, is underrated. I think it's beautiful. Now I did these a long time ago and it was like a landscape mug that I like painted a little landscape on here, just like, again, abstract. And I've been forever trying to recreate it. Now, these two mugs that are in here, I did them both a little bit different. So let's see if I was able, nope. Hard no. Not terrible. You can tell that it's obviously a landscape, but yeah, it's not, nope. This area is more of what I wanted than anything else. And I think maybe I was just a little bit too heavy-handed with a few of the colors. Like I used ginger in here. There was too much ginger. But that's okay. Let's see, attempt number 2. Okay, so better, but not good. Better. Definitely better. Like this area is much better. Yeah. But like it's perfect. It's working out really good. But yeah, that's good. Okay. So I did 3. So basically the bases are all the same like you saw me make. I just did one with nori green, one with bougainvillea, and then one just with my plain blue midnight. So this one, oh my Lanta. Look at that. These are gorgeous. Look at that handle. Look at that. Oh my Lanta. And I left just enough room. And like you can see the nori green in there. Oh, this is gorgeous. Oh, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to sell it. I might have to keep one for myself. Oh, this is the one. This must have bougainvillea in it. Oh my Lanta. Look at that. Now the bougainvillea you can just barely see in pieces, but like, oh, and look at that handle. Oh my Lanta. What? This is beautiful. These are beautiful. And they fired beautifully. So then this is the original with just the blue midnight. Oh, I love these. I love them. They're so beautiful. And then of course, look at that handle. These are gorgeous. These are absolutely gorgeous. I am so, so happy with the, I think I like them better on this shape than the straight-sided mug. I definitely like them better with this curve. Yep, I definitely will be making more of those for sure. So down here, there's only a couple things down here that is nothing too crazy. Ooh, this is a little mushroom cap. It's just with kimchi all by itself. Oh, that's cute. This one just has Fool's Gold. And then I believe this one is Louisiana Bayou. No, this one is Twilight. Twilight. And then, oh yes, I did this in kimchi as well. It's just a matchstick holder. Nothing too crazy. I don't know how I feel about kimchi. I think it maybe just needs to find like a good partner for it. And I just did another spoon rest in peppered plum. And then I also did, ooh, I really like this. I wish I would have done both of these, and I did this one in sandstone. I love the purples and the little bursts in sandstone. It totally, yeah. Should have made more, but that's okay. And that's an empty kiln. So now I really am done with Wednesday's pottery day. I will sand the rest of these tomorrow, and then yeah, we'll do all the tasks that we need to tomorrow. Good morning. It is Thursday. I have to work this morning, so the rest of the duties and things that need to get done today have to be done after I'm done work, because you know, gotta be an adult. But I want to run my kiln for the overglaze transfers that I'm going to take to this market. Now, I wish I would have read how Elan transfers fire, because they are totally different than Sanbao. And I was hoping I could just fire them all in the exact same kiln, but apparently I cannot, because Elan transfers require a different firing than Sanbao. So whatever. I will just do 2 firings and hope that this one is as quick as it sounds like it's going to be. So we will do the Elan ones first, because the other ones are mostly like pre-orders. So I'll do the Elan ones first, because those for sure have to come with me. And yeah, so let's get the kiln loaded with the few Elan transfers that we have and get it set and firing. So let's go. I don't know if you can hear that, but the kiln is ticking away. So I'm just going to turn the fan on, and I'm going to go do my other job while this starts to heat up. And then I also want to show you guys what I do for like when people buy something, how I package it and what I give them as a care card. But I'm doing it the budget way because girls on a budget all the time. And I don't do markets a whole bunch, so I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of money on really fancy little cards. So I'm going to show you what I do with that. But yeah, the kiln's on, our transfers are transferring, and yeah, so I'm in my kitchen, and it's time to do some of the more just a couple finishing things, and then I can really start on cleaning and packing and getting myself a little bit more organized because like I said, this video is it's what I'm doing during the day, but it's very chaotic and very hectic because I never really know what I'm going to be doing in my job. So anyway, I'm going to show you, this is what I do for my pieces. When I pack my pieces, when somebody has purchased something, I put this in there with it. Now, it basically just says hand washing is better, but you can put it in the dishwasher. Don't soak it in water for a long time, just like you shouldn't soak anything in water for a long time. Don't use abrasive cloths, and also that if you have a matte glaze, that things like lemons or anything like that, it can stain because matte glazes, they can stain. So that's basically what I do, and I just print these off of my computer and cut them up because one, they're so expensive to get made for you, and two, who keeps these? So it's a touch that I put to make a little bit more effort in my packages, but it's nothing that's going to add to much of the cost of, it's not going to add to the cost because I don't want to have to add costs and things like that to my stuff. So then I just have a paper cutter. I just cut them apart. Just like that. Easy peasy. So I have 10 sheets of that. So not a whole bunch, but 9 out of 10 times a person buys more than one piece, in my experience. So I don't put one of these for every piece. I just put one for the bag. So now I have a stack of these, which I will take, and they work great. And now I'm just going to finish my little ornaments. So I'm just going to adjust the angle for you, and you can see what I'm doing. So as you can see, I have these little mushrooms, so I have 6 of them. And these are the little bases that I made. Sorry, they sound really yucky. So some are bigger, but I do have some bigger pieces. So essentially, all they're gonna do is go, I'm just gonna tie onto here, and they're gonna go in here, and then they're gonna dingle dangle. So I'll show you how I'm gonna do that. And I'm using a jute string just because I like the way that it looks, but you can use whatever string you want if you do decide you wanna make these. And if you want an ornament video, like I mentioned before, just drop it in the comments below because I might have time to make one before Christmas. But yeah, just let me know. Okay, so you start with the base first. And then put it through. So I just attached a high fire wire, and these aren't glazed, these are raw clay. So I just made a piece, and then I just texturized it, and then I put the pin in, and we fired it like that. But now, so in order to make it dingle dangle properly, you kind of have to make it so that this kind of floats above this hole here. And in hindsight, I wish I would have measured the hole because I made it just a touch too big. So you do have to do 2 knots, not just 1, because it's not big enough. So I do 2 knots. So 2 knots just like that. And then you put your string through, and it should sit in there. See? And then you can just leave it just like that, and it'll dingle dangle. So I always leave myself more than enough room because I do like to do 2 knots. Oh. Well, this one's gonna get 3, I guess, because and there we go. So for all the mushroom lovers out there, I thought this was just a cute, fun idea. Then I just trim off the excess, and there we go. Super cute. The reason I'm not in my studio is because the kiln is running. So I try not to be in there. I don't ever run my kiln when I'm not here. But I do like to not be in there when I'm running, even though I have the vent and I have it, it's fully safe. I'm not worried about it being unsafe, but I would just rather like to be safe. Well, that one's cute. Do you guys like these styles of videos? Like just the everyday type tasks? Because they are a lot of work. So I've mentioned this before, I give props to the people who do it like all the time, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of filming and a lot of footage to deal with, and yeah, so I give you all props. But if you like it, let me know, because maybe I will do more. Like, how cute is that? Like, I just think they're so cute. And I don't know, like I did, some with, like on Plainsman 340S. So I use things like green jasper, and I'll show them when I decorate the Christmas tree, but they're really cute too. Perfect. Fuzzy peach. My favorite. And its little dingle dangle. Love it. Okay, so now with these little mini mugs. Oh, I love that sound, even though it's totally dangerous. If you don't love that sound, sorry, but I do. So these are super easy. All I'm gonna do is, okay, so here's a few. So all you're gonna do, or all I'm gonna do, that's it. How stinking cute are these ornaments? They're so simple, yet so cute. Like, I just think those are unbelievably cute. Like, look at those little drips in there. I love it. I love it. They're my favorite. My favorite. I just love miniature things. And if you don't love miniature things, well, I'm sorry. This one might be one of my favorites. Look at all of that. So cute. Like, look at that. With the twinkly lights on the tree. And of course, always with this combo. It's the best. Okay, so that's done. So we're done now. I think what I'm going to do next is, because the kiln is still running. Yeah. Because the kiln is still running, and I wish I would have read, how long it was going to take, because I would have gotten up like at 5 o'clock in the morning and I would have started it and then go back to bed. But I did not. So I think this is probably going to be it for today. I'm going to charge my payment system, but you don't need to see me plug in a payment system. I'm going to do that. And then I think I'm just going to continue on with my other job, like my full-time job, and get caught up on that. And then tomorrow, with it being Friday, I'll be able to take out the Overglaze decals pieces, and we will pack up. I've been talking about packing up every single day, but yeah, we'll pack up tomorrow. Anyway, I think that's it for Thursday, because in all honesty, I don't really want to be in my room when the kiln's going. So, and everything else I need to do is in my room. If I change my mind, I will bring you with me, but I don't think I'm going to change my mind, because I really don't like being in there when it's running. So, yeah. I'll just see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, guys. Good morning. It is Friday. Now, up until this point, it's been a pretty boring vlog. Pretty much just me talking. Which, let's be honest, that's what I do. That's what I'm good at. Anyway, it's been pretty boring. But the ELAN transfers are all done. They took a long time. They took like 10 and a half hours. But yeah, anyway. So I'm going to go with a couple less mugs than I was planning on taking, but I'm not worried about it, because the other ones are sandbow and they go to a way less temperature. So I'm really not that worried about it. It's just 2 mugs. But let's take these out and take a quick peek at them. Today, oh, those are cute. Today will be a lot more, I'll have more stuff to do today. I am going to finally pack up. I've been talking about packing up for all these days. Today I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to decorate my little tree so I can get it ready. I'm going to put everything in the car, and we have a garage, so it's not going to get cold or anything like that. So yeah, I'm going to get everything all packed up and ready to go, so that in the morning I literally just have to get up, make this look presentable, and head on out. But yeah, that's what we're going to do today. So I'll take you along and do that with me. I'm going to show you again, like, how I pack and get myself organized, because that part of it's all disorganized. But yeah, so let's look at what these look like. Oh, this is cute. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, so first thing I notice, as you can see, now sandbow doesn't do this. There we go. Okay, so you can see where the decal is. Sambaos don't do that. But I did notice that with Elon transfers, their transfers are quite a bit thicker. So I guess in the future, I'll have to just make sure that if I do ever order these again, which if all of these look like this and I can see all the little decal lines, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably never gonna order these again. Because one, they were so expensive. Two, I had to pay duties, which that has nothing to do with the company. Absolutely nothing. That is a country to country thing, and that has been around for millions of years. No, not millions. It's been around forever. Anyway, that I'm not worried about. But when they were a lot more money, first of all. Second of all, the exchange, again, that has nothing to do with the company. I chose to buy that. But then paying duties and their shipping was quite high. And now I can see, you can't feel it. You can't feel it on here. But you can see it. And I don't like that. So I think if I use these again, which I will, I'll use them up, but I'll have to just cut right next to the design. Because yeah, I don't like that. They fired beautifully. Like their color's great. Like it looks really cute. I think these mugs are actually super cute. Like these look really cute. This one has just a small crack here. I don't know if you can see it. Just a teeny tiny little crack. I'm just going to do it as like a seasonal second because even like when I ting it, it sounds really good. So I know that crack isn't hindering the structure at all. Because if you ting it and it sounds dum 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 dum, then you know you got a bigger crack. But this one is just, I think this one is actually more so where I like smoothed out my handle. The connections are good in the handle. So I'm just going to do this as like a seasonal second, which I just, yeah, anyway. Oh yeah, you can see it on here too. Oh, and this bubbled. Well, this will have to be a second too. Oh, gee whiz. It bubbled right in there. And I had smoothed these out. Like, these were pretty smooth. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm not super happy with these transfers. They're beautiful. They're beautifully made transfers. But yeah, not super happy with it. But we'll take it as a second, and yeah. All these are cute. But like you can't see it when you look just close at it or look just quick at it, but you can see it if you look really close. You can see the decals, and I don't like that. Don't like that at all. That's too bad because they are super cute. Yeah, these are really cute. Really cute, but I don't like that you can see where the decal is. Don't like that. Oh, these are cute. And you can't, like, I mean, you can, but you can't really. These are really cute. Really, really cute. And these came out quite good. Yeah, like there's no flaws on these ones. Other than you can see the decal line. But they're super cute. Yeah, these are my favorite. Really cute. That's all that was in there. But yeah, I'm really disappointed. Hopefully that didn't crack. Nope. But yeah, I'm really disappointed with the fact that you can see the decal. I don't like that at all. Don't like that. If you have any tips, or if you've used Elon transfers, and maybe I did it wrong, but I followed their firing sheet that they gave with the transfers. So yeah, I didn't do it wrong. At least I don't think I did. Yeah, if you have any tips for Elon transfers, let me know, because that is disappointing. Still super cute, but also super disappointing. So when I'm packing up, I like to pack like items with like items. So like in this bucket, pardon me, and I'm also using wooden crates and they're all part of my display. So I pack all my stuff inside the wooden crates because I pack more stuff than you need. Anyway, I also use a towel. So I put a towel in each crate to kind of cushion the bottom, as well as, pardon me, as well as cushion kind of the middle layer so that when they're on top of, because I stack them on top of each other, only 2 layers, because I don't like to put a lot of pressure, especially when you're driving and you hit bumps and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's what I do. Otherwise, I also quilt. Yes. So I use batting scraps. Pardon me. And batting is, if you don't know, batting is just what goes inside a quilt. This is pretty thin stuff, but I just take it and I wrap my piece and I just make sure that the batting is always touching the other cup. Like I don't let my cups ting-tang together because that's just disaster waiting to strike. And I usually give them like a 1-over before I put them in to make sure that everything's good to go. There's no like sharp bits or anything that needs to still be sanded, anything like that. And yeah. And if you need extra, obviously in between, usually on the top layer, I do put some extras, and I'll put extras like on the side as well, because I don't want it to ting-tang on anything, right? And the reason I put everything side by side is because, or like stuff together, is because these are all going to be displayed together. So my thought is if I can put them packaged together, then I'll have an easier time when it comes to my display, because I just noticed that my Christmas tree I thought was smaller. It's too big to make and put in my car. Like, so to build it and put it in the car. Yeah, too big. So I can't pre-decorate my little Christmas tree because it won't fit in my car. This is basically full. The only thing I'm going to add is I have these little shot glasses. So I'm going to throw these on the side here because they will fit nicely in here. And with shot glasses, I basically put on the bottom and then I stack them inside of each other and then just put them in the crate. Go. And then I just have this little extra bit there, and then this one's done. So let's just keep packing. I also make it so that my crates are not super heavy. And yeah, I just take a towel. And like I said before, the reason I take a towel is just to keep it soft on the bottom so that there's a little bit of cushion on the bottom. Because if you ever use these crates, they do have kind of like some are kind of rough. I've stained mine, so they're a little bit softer, but they're definitely rough. Or they can be pretty rough. So with this, now mugs are a little bit, I wouldn't say like difficult to pack, but they definitely take, I find they take it just like a little bit more finessing because you got to deal with the handles, and I don't want to break said handles. I also, again, because I quilt, I have just random scraps of fabric. So things like the little sauce dishes. Another mug won't fit in this space. So what I do with the sauce dishes is I just put them in and I just kind of stack them and wrap them. And that way everything has cushion and nothing really rubs against each other. Look at that. I forgot that I made this one. So pretty. Oh, and this one, I'll have to go back and look at what I did, because that's another reason I love YouTube so much, is because I can just look back at my old videos and see what I've made. Works great. Okay. So this should fit perfect. Perfect. So then, like I mentioned before, I just kind of add a second layer. Oh my goodness. And then we just keep on adding. Okay, so I had to go to work for a while. Like I mentioned, this video is very chaotic. I work at home, so I never really know when I'm gonna be able to do my pottery stuff or I'm gonna have to work. Usually I can get it really figured out, but this week has kind of just been a crapshoot, I won't lie. But anyway, I went and did my errands, picked up parts, all that kind of good stuff. So now we're gonna finish. I actually packed up most of the car, but this is the last thing that I have to do that I have to put in the car. So I'm gonna tell you the staple things that I make sure that I have in my market bin, is what I call this bin, to be prepared for the actual sale. So first is my little sign. It just says small batch handmade pottery. I don't have a sign. Because like I've mentioned before, I'm not going to talk about money or anything like that, but I don't have like a banner or anything like that that has my name on it, because one, I haven't set on a logo or stuff like that. I know what my name is and I know why I picked my name, but I haven't set on a logo, and I'm working on it, but I'm so indecisive that it takes me a really long time to actually figure something out. So for right now, we're just no banner. So that's my little sign. I make sure that I have my little payment thing so that people know that I take square, all that kind of good stuff. I have a screwdriver because you never really know. I have scissors because you never know. I always have a pen. I always have paper. I have, sometimes I will do pre-order, and I have pre-order forms, but this time I will not be taking any pre-orders because I am tapped out. I'm tapped out. Anyway, I always have little pricing stickers. I don't know where the other thing went. I have a whole little thing of them, but I always have little pricing stickers because there are some things, I usually like to do like little cards that I can place strategically around so that it kind of looks nicer, because I don't really like using these, but on certain things like the Christmas trees that are going to have multiple different prices for the multiple different sizes, I will be using these. So I always have those with me regardless. I'm going to be taking with me these smokeless candles, they call them, or just pre-lit candles, electric candles, battery operated candles, whatever. I also have this, which is a sign. Sorry, my light is on there. It's a sign that basically tells people what a second is. And I just basically let people know that we're a little bit wonky or not quite perfect, but they're perfectly functional. I also have screws, and I have toothpicks and matches because I have matchstick or toothpick holders. And some people didn't really know what they were, so I thought, well, I'm just gonna put matches in them and sell them with matches or toothpicks, whatever. Some people actually use them as candy dishes, which I thought was really smart because you could put the candy in the middle and then the wrappers on the outside, and then you don't have wrappers spread all over the house. So I thought that was a good idea too. I also always carry with me these little lights. I got these lights at Temu, and if you don't use Temu, that's fine. I'm sure you can get them on Amazon too. So probably the same stuff. But they're just little LED battery operated lights, and they work great. This shelf that you can see here that holds my glaze, it also needs to come with me. Now, the biggest thing with that shelf is it is dark, but all of my pottery is light. So my crates are all dark. My table is light, but I have you'll see tomorrow. But I use that to house my more, I don't want to say more expensive mugs, but like my highlighted mugs. So like my snowflake mugs are going to go on there. My abstract mugs are going to go on there. Different things that I work a little extra hard at, that goes on there. So, but because it is dark, I like to have lights, and these little lights are perfect because you don't have to see them, and they work great, and they're cheap. These are also going to go on my Christmas tree because I do not have power where I am. So they will work great because I do have, it's a pre-lit Christmas tree, but if I don't have power, obviously it's not going to work. But these will work great for putting on the Christmas tree so that my little ornaments can twinkle. I always carry these with me. These are little hooks that I actually put into my crates so that my mugs can hang, so that I utilize more space. Yeah, so that I utilize more space, basically. We'll do these first. I like to use, when I'm packaging my stuff, I use this bubble, paper bubble wrap. Works awesome. So I always have that with me. And this time I'll be taking 2 batches because I only have one in a little bit. And I use tissue paper to make my bags look fun. I don't have a stamp or anything because, like I mentioned, I don't have a logo yet. So I'm not paying money to make a stamp and then change my mind. So I don't stamp my bags or anything, but what I do like is to make sure that I have tissue paper. Our local dollar store has a great selection. They have literally the whole rainbow, and I'm out of all the brighter colors, but I have a lot of pink. So we'll be having a lot of pink bags this time. But I just use tissue paper to put out the bag so that when people are walking around, they're like, ooh, where did that colorful bag come from? It's just something I learned when I was in college, because I took business in college. I kind of use it today, but not really. Anyway, that's a different story for a different day. Then we have our bags. Actually, that's not true. We have our wooden spoons for our salt cellars, and then we have our bags. So I need to restock on my bags as well. Now, I can link where I got these bags down below, but these are the 2 sizes that I like the most. The 8.25 by basically 6. If a person buys 1 mug, works great. If they buy a small item, works great. But yeah, these are definitely the best. I can link them in the description below, but they were just craft paper bags. So they're nothing crazy, that's for sure. And I also have medium size bags. And then I do have a few large size bags. That is about it. I mean, I always, like I said, I always make sure that I've got kind of the staple things, because you never really know. I don't have a whole bunch of big bags left, but I usually don't use as many big bags, because if you sell pottery, you know that most people buy smaller, they usually buy smaller items first. So those usually go first. So I think I have enough bags and stuff in here. Let's go put it in the cart. Oh, that's not true. We're not done because I don't have my, now this is not folded nicely. Please don't judge me. That's basically it for today. Again, not a super interesting vlog, but it is what it is. So yeah, we are all packed up. I have everything ready to go, and I will see you guys in the morning for the market setup. So it is Saturday, the day after the market. I I want to say that I'm sorry that I did not film packing up the car. Friday was a little hectic also. Saturday morning, so yesterday morning was a little bit hectic. So I kind of just forgot. And then we got halfway there and I'm like, oh, shoot, like I forgot to film it. And I mean, I'm driving. I'm not going to film while I'm driving. Anyway, long story short, I also couldn't film in the hall because there was just people everywhere and I just didn't want to deal with the privacy thing. So I'm going to insert a clip of my display while I still talk because I think my display turned out great, or I think it turned out great. I was really happy with it. I was really happy with the market overall. It was just a small town market. So I was pleasantly surprised with how many people came and how many people I was able to talk to and meet and interact with. And I even met a new potter and I think she's great too. And yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with markets. I won't lie. I love doing the market. I love being there and in that atmosphere. But the stress of going to a market is really, it's not something that I enjoy. I don't enjoy the before a market stress. Yeah, I don't. But I do love interacting with everybody, and I got really great feedback on all my pieces, or the majority of my pieces. And I think probably the best part that I enjoy the most about market is whether a person buys something or not, they usually always comment what they like about your pieces. And in my mind, if I decide that I want to go farther with this and start selling more, I have a really good idea of what customers want in my market area. And like I said, I mentioned this before, I don't plan on talking about money or anything like that because I'm not running my, I don't want to call it a business because it's not a business yet, but I'm not running this like a business. So what I'm doing I'm just doing it for me. At this point, it's just for me. But if I were to ever take it farther, I do feel like getting all the feedback that I get and seeing what's purchased and seeing what's not purchased and knowing why the people didn't purchase it or why they did purchase it is giving me so much information that I can keep in the back of my mind for either the next market, if I decide to go to another market, or if I decide to open myself up to a broader market and do something online. Yeah, I think that's what I like the most about markets. Probably like I just mentioned, the thing that I like the least is the stress leading up to a market. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It makes it feel like this is a job, and I don't want this to feel like a job. I want to make, I want to create, and I want to enjoy this hobby. And I understand that it is an expensive hobby. But at the moment, I just want to keep my hobby a hobby. And if I do sell things, it helps me to pay for whatever. And YouTube is now helping. I'll be perfectly honest. YouTube is now helping me with my hobby. And I think that's wonderful because I really enjoy making these videos for you all. So I also want to say another big thank you to everybody who's ever watched any of my videos, because you helped me get to this place where I can use YouTube to help keep creating for everybody. But yeah, I think the market went really great. I'm very happy with what I came home with. I'm very happy with the feedback. I'm happy with my display. I think my display was probably the best display that I've ever had. And I think it's because I had it in my mind, like I said, that I packed it all strategically and was able to get everything done right. Like I was able to just unpack and not have the stress of, oh, this should go here or that should go there. I think that really helped. One surprise that I had at this market was I only sold 3 Christmas trees. 3. Which I guess if I were to judge by the Halloween sale, nobody really wanted the Halloween items. But I thought Christmas maybe would be a little bit different, or holiday would be a little bit different, but I don't care. Like I said before, I do make this for myself. So I do have things that I need to gift. So if I have to gift a Christmas tree, I absolutely will. I think, yeah, it's really funny. I would have thought seasonal items would have done better. The ornaments blew out. I got none left. Not a thing of ornaments left. And I am so happy about that because they were so much fun to make. And that is something that I do want to make again. So keep on the lookout for a mini mug video because I'm going to make them. I am going to make a mini mug video. But yeah, otherwise yeah, different markets, different people, different items sell different places. And it's always very interesting to see what people want. And yeah, I think it was a great market and I'm just happy. I'm happy everything worked out well and now I can work on pre-orders that I have before Christmas and I can just be stress-free. Just kidding. I'm never stress-free. Anyway, yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this video. Was it far too long? Because I feel like it's far too long. It's almost 2 hours long, but it was a week's worth of footage. So I cut it down as best I could. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys want to see more of these vloggy type videos because I can try my best to fit one in here and there. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know about everything. I want to hear from you guys. And otherwise, thank you for watching my video. If you watched the whole thing, thank you immensely. Even if you didn't watch the whole thing, still thank you. But yeah, I hope you guys consider liking and subscribing to my channel because I will continue making content for you guys because I love sharing the creativity that this hobby brings and I can't wait to see where we can keep going with it. So thank you all for watching and I will see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.